So for my Rube Goldberg project, I created a paper airplane launcher that fires when the lights turn on. So step 1 is the lights are turned on, and the basic stamp can see this through the phototransistor circuit that I built onto my old basic stamp robot. I used a simple phototransistor circuit connected to pin 0, and then made some code that would read and display the brightness level. Then, with the lights off, I ran the code to find the brightness of the room and made an if statement for if the RC time value dropped significantly, leading me into step 2. When the basic stamp reads a significantly lower RC time value, meaning that the lights have been turned on, it tells a servo motor at pin 15 to rotate approximately 45 degrees. The servo motor has a wheel on it with a string attached so that when the servo rotates, it pulls on the string. The other end of the string is attached to a bent piece of paper that folds flat when the string is pulled. This piece of paper serves as a stopper for a ball on the ramp, so when the string is pulled, the ball is free to roll. So once the paper blocker is pulled down, the ball is allowed to roll down the incline. This is the first introduction of a simple machine into my project. Although it can be used to make it easier to raise an object, I'm using it to direct the fall of an object. In this case, I'm directing the fall of a ping pong ball into a domino. Once the ball reaches the bottom of the ramp, it collides into a domino, which continues to knock over other dominoes arranged into a shape that is somewhat simple yet very hard and frustrating to set up without knocking over. At the end of the row of the dominoes is a set of 3 dominoes taped together, resting on a ledge so that it can easily be knocked down by a single domino. So for this last step, I needed to build a launching platform that could store a paper airplane in a loaded position and release it when needed. So to give the airplane some energy, I made a quick launcher by putting a rubber band between 2 nails that I hammered into a block of wood. A bit behind that, I placed another block of wood with a nail that could easily be pulled out to serve as a releasing mechanism. I still needed an actual paper airplane though, so I found a nice design online, then began to add paper clip attachments that I stapled into place so that my airplane could attach to the launcher. The front paper clip allows for the rubber band to be pulled back, and the back paper clip allows for the airplane to be held in place by the releasing mechanism. Finally, the releasing nail mechanism was tied to a string and attached to the last dominoes from step 4. Once the last set of dominoes is knocked off the table, it then serves as a counterweight in the last simple machine, a pulley. It isn't a fancy pulley with a wheel or anything, but with just a PVC pipe and a string, it serves as a pulley by directing the downward force of the falling dominoes into an upward force that can pull up a nail. When the nail in my airplane launcher setup is pulled up, the rubber band loaded launcher releases the paper airplane into the air. So here's a full run on my project.